Hey guys, welcome to another speed build. I hope you're all having a great day. I have really been in the mood to build some apartments lately, so that is what we are doing again today. But instead of doing a single parent apartment, which is usually what I do, I decided to do something different. And this one is an apartment for two best friends that are attending university. I thought that was such a fun theme. And so when I thought about it, I was like, yes, that is exactly what I'm doing, because I don't think I've actually built an apartment with that theme before, so it's definitely new, but sounded so fun. And I knew I wanted to do a super small apartment, and the smallest one I really could find was the studio apartment that Penny Pizzazz lives in. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to fit 2 rooms in this apartment, but surprisingly, I was able to, and I think this layout is 100 times better than the studio layout that originally comes with this apartment. I love a good studio apartment, but it should be super small. I feel like this is even too large to be a studio and perfect for a 2-bedroom for sure. I've actually never even attempted to build in, well, no, that's a lie. I have built in Penny Pizzazz's apartment before, but it was before I started doing YouTube. It was just for my personal gameplay. But as far as my YouTube channel goes, I have never built in this apartment, so it was definitely a fun change. There are certain apartments that I love more than others, so I tend to build those more often, but it's so fun to change it up a little bit, and that is what I did today. And I think I actually fell in love with this apartment, to be honest. I think I'm going to be building in this one a lot more often. I'm going to be kicking Penny Pizzazz to the curb and taking over her little studio and redoing it to however I want it to be, because this is like the perfect size. A lot of the apartments I find to be a little bit too big, or a lot a bit too big. Like they're way too big, to be honest, for apartments. I really love my apartments to be on the smaller side like this one. I almost built in the apartment with the balcony, the one with the rat holes everywhere, but I decided not to because that one also was a little bit too big. I just wanted 2 roommates. I didn't really want to have more than that, and that one really needs to have at least 3 bedrooms to make the apartment not have such giant rooms. And I kind of wanted to put like a ping pong table out on the balcony and make it like a party area, but that just wasn't gonna happen. So I decided to go the opposite route. These 2 college students, they are not huge partiers. Like, they do like to have fun every once in a while. And I don't think I actually did it on the speed build. I didn't think about doing it until after I already stopped recording. So you'll see it in the screenshots. But in the living room, I do add a keg stand, but that's really the only party thing that they have. They really love to just hang out. They're kind of like homies and introverts. They like to hang out in their cute little apartment and play video games with each other, maybe invite some of their other friends over, maybe order in takeout, maybe cook a meal together. Whatever it is, they really love to stay indoors, and they don't really leave a whole lot unless it's to go to class. And maybe every once in a while go to like a karaoke club or something like that, but they're not huge partiers. So you will see that in their apartment. There's not a whole lot of like quote unquote college or university student stuff. It's really just like super cutesy. And that's kind of the goal I was going for. You'll see once I furnish the bedrooms later in the build, one of them is like an artist. That's what they go to college for. And the other one, honestly, I didn't really think about it until now. They're definitely not an artist. Maybe they just are super into like technology and gaming because they have a computer in their room, and there's also a PlayStation in the living room. Either that, or I could really see them into interior design. And I'm not sure if that is a subject at university, but if it was, then I would totally see that other sim being into interior design, because this whole apartment looks really cute. It looks like it's really been thought about and not just randomly placed like you would think most college students would do. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some random stuff in here, but for the most part, it's pretty normal, just very colorful and cutesy and not so neutral. And I happen to love that in The Sims. I think colorful builds in The Sims is so cute. Like in the kitchen, for example, I have some of those like flower fairy lights above the sink and above the stove. I thought those were such a cute touch. It really brought all of the colors in the kitchen together. The cabinets are obviously like that navy blue and a beige countertop on top, and then this stove and fridge, that is like a greenish color. And then the microwave is yellow. So there's a lot of colors going on in the kitchen, but I think that really fits for a couple of college besties. I think that just makes sense. And then at the dining table, I have a cereal box, and that is clipped to the dining table, by the way. So you should be able to just like maybe even have your Sims sit at the table and grab a box of cereal. That is the goal anyways. I wanted it to be very easy for your college students to just sit down, grab a bowl of cereal before class, and then head straight to class. Like, I wanted a very easy breakfast situation in the kitchen for these college students. And cereal is such like a college thing. I feel like that makes so much sense for college students. They probably eat that like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. It doesn't matter what time of day it is, to be honest. And now here in the living room, it's very colorful as well. A lot of like blue and yellow going on in here. I'm using this TV stand from Nifty Knitting that I don't think I have ever used before, and I don't know why, because look at how cute it is. And not every single swatch has a little animal knitting something, you know, like it's not all knitting themed. And I actually really love that because I didn't think either of these Sims were knitters. And so when I seen that there was a swatch without anything that had to do with knitting, at least as far as I could tell, maybe some of the clutter items, but not the little like chalkboard drawn design on the front. When I seen that that didn't have anything to do with knitting, I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, plus the wood matches with everything else in the living room, and it has blue and yellow, like it's absolutely perfect, and I never use it, and it's just super cute. And then on that TV stand, I have a few different like clutter decorations just to make it cute. The only functional item on there is the PlayStation, and I could totally see these Sims playing a good game of Party Frenzy probably on a nightly basis, or maybe even My Sims Racing, which honestly, both of those sound so fun right now. I absolutely love Mario Party and Mario Kart. Those games are so fun. Do you guys like those too? Do you like Nintendo games, or are you just like a simmer and that's it? I'm curious, let me know down in the comments. But that's pretty much all there is to note about the living room. Like I said, I did end up adding at the end of the build, once I was done recording, a little keg stand thing, and that is like right by the living room sofa, in between, like right where the living room and kitchen meet. That's about where it's at. You'll see it in the screenshots at the end of the build though. The only thing is I could not get my Sims to do a keg stand. Like they can actually tap it, they can drink out of it, but for some reason they wouldn't do a keg stand no matter where I placed it, even if it wasn't like in the way of anything else. So I'm not really sure if that's a bug or if it's a user error, because it could be either one, to be honest. But we are pretty much done with the bathroom now. Before I did the bathroom, I did the laundry room. There is a laundry room in this apartment. It just kind of like happened. I did the floor plan. It wasn't planned at all. I just did the floor plan, and there was this perfect size little laundry room right there. And I said, you know what? I'm doing a laundry room. I know they're not always popular with you guys, but I happen to love them. I love to decorate laundry rooms in The Sims. And I happen to really like to make my Sims do laundry. I like to torture them. I don't know, if I have to do laundry in real life, so does my Sims. It is what it is. But with that being said, of course, if you don't like the laundry room, it's super easy to just delete it all. And I would just make that a half bathroom, to be honest, or even a full bathroom with just a shower in there. Like, Well, not just a shower. You know what I mean, probably. Like a toilet, sink, and then a stand-up shower, should I say. I guess that's a better explanation of it. But that's personally what I would do if I downloaded something. If I didn't like the laundry room, I would just make it into like a half bathroom or with a stand-up shower in there, you know? Something easy and usable. You even could open it up and make the kitchen/dining room a little bit bigger, or make the hallway a little bit bigger. I mean, there's a number of things you could do. You could even make this bedroom a little bit bigger. Not that it needs to be bigger, it's already the bigger bedroom, but yeah, there's multiple things you could do. While we are on the subject of bedrooms, we are furnishing the 2 bedrooms, and this is the last couple of things we have to do with this apartment, and then we're all done. So at first, I thought I wanted to make this into like a blue and peach room, and I used that bed from high school years that I use quite often. I really love it. But then I came across this new computer desk. We recently got this with the base game update, one of the many that we've been getting, which is absolutely awesome. I happen to really enjoy all of these base game updates. Well, I guess not really base game, but base game. Like, they're free on the marketplace. So I personally consider them base game, but I know some people might have different opinions. But they are free on the marketplace right now, I guess is really what I should say. So if you haven't, you know, gone into your game and gotten the notification, that is brand new. It's free. So definitely go in game and grab it. Even if you don't want to play, it's better to get the free stuff than not. And then once you play 6 months to a year from now, you have it, you know? And how cute is this desk? And it's so easy to slot little clutter items on this desk. Whoever created it definitely thought about all of the areas where they could slot clutter items. That is not always the case for the developers of The Sims, you know? They just put random places to clip stuff, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, but this actually made it super easy to clip it on all of the little shelves, which was so awesome. I still had to freely place some stuff. You're not gonna get away from that, but for the most part, I pretty much just clipped it right onto the desk, so it was super nice. But the whole reason why I even mentioned this desk to begin with was because I was gonna make this into like the blue and peach room, remember? But then I came across this desk and it didn't fit in the other room. And it had yellow in there, and the other room I was gonna make yellow and purple. Long story short, this room I had to put the computer desk in, and it matched with the yellow and purple theme so well that I switched this room to be yellow and purple instead. I know, like, I didn't really have to specify all that, but I felt the need to. But I do think this room turned out super cute. The other one does too. The other one turns out to be like the peach bluish room, so it still works out. Maybe even peach and purple, actually. I don't think I do blue on the other one, but this room is so cute. Right now I have some clutter items at the bottom, like where the floor is, but I do end up removing that and putting that clutter piece in the other Sims room. The other Sim just seems like they're more of like a cluttery, messy type of Sim, and this one just seems like everything is, you know, meticulously placed. Like, everything has its place. It's not super messy. The only thing that makes it look super messy is the clutter on the floor. So once I removed that, it looked so much neater and made a lot more sense. At least to me. But that is the Sim I said I thought looked like they would be into interior design if the university campuses offer that. I'm not sure if they do, but if they do, that would definitely be her major. If not, maybe she's into technology, maybe she's into culinary. It's really up to you guys. I left that one to be an open slate for you guys. However, this Sim is definitely into painting, and you could totally see that at first glance. Like, there's an easel in the corner where the windows are, which would be such a beautiful view while you're painting. I feel like that would give such good inspiration, especially here in a high-rise apartment in the middle of San Myshuno, and there's plenty of like artsy stuff around and huge buildings, beautiful trees, just a lot of different stuff that would give your Sim inspiration, I feel like. And then there's a lot of different like hand-drawn or hand-painted pictures on the walls, and I just try to make it look super, super artsy and kind of cluttered at the same time. So there's that clutter piece on the floor that I was talking about, and then I also grabbed the little like paint splatter on the floor, and right now it's straight on the floor and carpet, but I do end up putting newspaper from cats and dogs there first and then that on top of it, and it was actually visible once I have the newspaper under it. I thought the newspaper would cover it and then you couldn't see the art splatter, but I was so happy to see that you still could, and that makes a whole lot more sense. But yeah, that is basically the gist of this room. It's very artsy, very cluttered. As you can see from this like art wall I have next to the bed, that's kind of the theme of that wall, if you couldn't tell already. But we have actually reached the end of our video for today. Before I end, I just want to let you guys know, yes, I did in fact forget a litter box once again, but I will place it somewhere in this apartment, probably the laundry room, not 100% sure yet, but it will be there if you download this on the gallery, which my gallery ID is linked down in the description box below if you're interested. I had so much fun building this apartment and going over it with you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Of course, if you did, consider leaving a like and also subscribing if you have not already. Leave me a comment down below and share this video with your friends if they are simmers as well, and if you think that they would enjoy it. I hope you all have an amazing day or night, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Bye guys!